Gaffer, tough day at the office. Finishes 0-3 here against Oldham. Just give us your verdict on the performance, if you would.
Yeah, couple of things. I didn't see it coming, and it wasn't good enough. And I've had a go at the boys at the end of the game, saying it wasn't good enough, it's not acceptable. And yeah, there's not much more I can say, you know. There's details that we'll go into, but way short of the level. And that's why we've been beat 3-0.
Difficult start, wasn't it? I suppose when you concede twice in 20 minutes, you're always having an uphill climb. And to be fair, we had a good spell at the end of the first half, and that was the time we had to score.
Yeah, listen, we didn't defend well at all in that first 20 minutes. They bullied us, they got the better of us too many times. A couple of set pieces again we've conceded, and then yeah, we need to score when we're on top in that period. I firmly believe there's a penalty on Sam Vokes, and that probably changes things a little bit, but you sometimes don't get them, so we've got to accept that. Bradley's been really unlucky, you know, our keeper's made a couple of amazing saves on that. But we were really going well, really aggressive, and I thought Gareth was causing all sorts of problems down the right there. We're getting at half time, and I'm told that Gareth McCleary's got to come off because of an injury. So that sort of compounds, you know, the day. So, you know, we changed formation second half, really. Chances again, we've got to stick them in. But the third goal again is just sums the performance up. Very poor today, like I say. Not good enough for me, not good enough for the fans, not good enough for Gillingham. And there'll be changes, definitely. And I'm stark reminder of what job I've got to do here.
Oh, you mentioned the fans. Do you understand their frustrations? Never nice to hear what was being said, but do you get it? You understand?
Yeah, of course, yeah. They're football fans. They're paying the money to come and see a team. They want to support the team, and you know, win, lose or draw, they want their team to be good enough to compete, and we weren't today, you know, and that we were far short of the level today, and I didn't see it coming, like I say. In training, they've been okay. You know, it's something that, you know, you got to give Oldham some credit, put it on us, and both boxes they were better, and we've got to move on now. We've got to make sure that next week we are far better than we were this week.
Gaff, I appreciate your time. Thank you. Matt Gerald from Radio King, please.
Gareth, you've been here just under a year now. Is that the worst moment being a manager at Gillingham Football Club?
That's the worst performance, definitely, you know. Not the worst moment, you know. There's some pretty bad moments, you know, with lads' injuries and things like that, you know, and you have some moments that you, personal moments with the boys probably, but that was the worst performance by far. And I'm not surprised we've been beat, you know. It's not good enough for me. It's nowhere near my standard. And the boys know that now. They knew it before, but they definitely know it now. And it's going to be a long week because we've got to put it all right and get up to Barrow next week and put a performance in that is worthy of Gillingham Football Club and worthy of League Two. Because, yeah, we were beat convincingly today. None of us can hold our heads up high, me included, and I'll take the brunt of it, as always. But, yeah, there'll be some serious talks with the players when we go through that one.
You say you didn't see it coming. I think you said in your pre-match game you want to be on the front foot, and that's what you weren't as well, which was quite. That must have really upset you.
Yeah, honestly, Oldham, they won too many physical battles today. We didn't win enough second balls. They were on the front foot in that first 20, got the 2-goal lead. And then I have to give credit to them a little bit because we did respond really well. We did. That last 20 minutes of the first half is a good performance. That's good enough. That's what I want to see. Fits and starts, you know. When we tried to play out, we looked a little bit lost, which we haven't done in training. And then when we went long, it was hopeful rather than purposeful. But we did play well in the last 20 minutes of the first half. But you know, you can't just do 20 minutes. Yeah. And losing Gareth, I think at half time was a big blow for us, a real big blow. You know, he's been one of my consistently high performers, and he's, you know, he can terrorise and get crosses in, and he was doing that. But that just compounded it really, knowing that he had an injury, and we're probably going to have to be without Gareth now for a couple of weeks, which again is a worry. But listen, I'll pick the boys up. That's my job. The fans have got their right to be angry and be upset today, I would be, and yeah, we move on.
You said that you got into the players. Is that not normally your style? And if you lose a game, you lose a game. But is it more that the way you performed, that's what you sort of changed your managerial style and went at them a bit more?
Yeah, I'm usually calm. I've been calm majority of my career with management, and obviously the success we've had, I think it's the right thing to do. And in the modern game as well, you've got young lads coming through, and we have quite a young team at times. But you have to lose it as well with them, But as long as it's constructive, it's not just ranting and throwing things. That's not me. If people want to see that, then you're not going to see it from me. It's a constructive rant saying. I actually walked out the dressing room after a couple of minutes saying, I'm going to say something I regret here, so I'm going to get out of here. And you go through the video, you sit the boys down. Again, there'll be rants next week because it wasn't good enough, and I have to make sure that the boys know that. You have to win your challenges, minimum. You have to compete, minimum. The middle of the park sometimes becomes much of a muchness, but in both boxes, you have to be absolutely solid and ruthless. And we were neither solid nor ruthless today, and that's the game. Final
whistle, the fans gave their frustration. How does it, you went up to them as well. Did you sort of apologise to the fans in that way? How do you get them back on side now? By winning football matches, I presume.
Winning football matches. That's all it is, in this game. It's so fickle at times that win and everyone's brilliant, and a loss and everyone boos you off, and honestly that's football, and I've been in it a long time. I went up to say thank you, and yeah, that wasn't good enough, and I'll always clap the fans. I'm always going to front it up. I'm never going to hide and run off and think, oh, hellfire, that's not me. I'll go up to them and say thank you for your support. I agree it wasn't good enough. I'll put it right. For as long as I'm here, I want to be sure that the performances are good enough on a Saturday and a Tuesday night, and that was way short today.
Your job is to lift the players. Who lifts you after a performance like that?
Yeah, honestly, I think you speak to 92 of us or 91 other people in this country, and you can ask them the same question, and the experience will grab on what we've done in the past, and the team we've got around us, family. And knowing that one game doesn't make a season, that's not our season today. Definitely not. It's a bad point in our season, but it's not our season. We've had some real good points. We've had some tough luck with injuries. We've had some tough luck with, I think, with decisions. I think there's a few decisions that have, for the life of me, I don't know why, go against us. Maybe it's the size of Gillingham or something, but we don't seem to get them sometimes. And I thought we were short of a couple of decisions today, but that doesn't define our season. Our season will be defined after 46 games, and I expect 45 better than that one today. And so far we've had that poor game today, boys, but I'll pick you up and I'll get you going for next week away at Barrow.
You said beforehand it was good to have before this game, a break in midweek. Do you still think the same now, or would you rather have a game to get out of your system?
I do not want a game this week, no. It's tough. As a player, I loved games. I loved game, because that's what you do as a player. You thrive off games. You love it. As a manager, to be able to prep and get back to a few basic principles that we do. At the start of the season, we were flying. We were doing really well. Principles of play, and it's been tough. Training has been tough. No excuses. It's been tough for everyone. But the week will be a constructive, productive week. Yep, I'll be away from the family, I'll tell you that, because I want to get this right here and make sure that when we go to Barrow, we are at least competitive, and then we've got that gloss to add to it. We've got players like Bradley, he's a super player and a super lad, and I think that there's only one or two bright moments today, or people I can say, yeah, you were okay. And you can't have that in football. You can't have 8 or 9 or 10 not good enough. And that definitely happened today.
Does that mean extra training or longer training or video? What does the work involve?
Constructive work. So whatever that means. Does that mean training? If it does, we'll have a look at that. You're governed by loading and not killing your boys physically, but they can do plenty of video work, plenty of mental work, and have a look and see where they went wrong, and start understanding that be confident, get on that ball, and you're good players. You're very good players. I didn't see that coming. I really didn't. Not from this group. They're better than that, and it's up to me to make sure that they know that this week. I demand better, but I think, no, I know my players, and they'll demand better from themselves, and that's the plus point we've got here.
Getting confidence back into him, I suppose, isn't it?
Yeah, and some of them will have it automatically. Some of them can do it. You know, the experienced ones, I'm sure, will be like that. They can get their confidence back. It's probably some of the younger ones who've never been in this situation before that we have to look at and we have to do work with. But listen, I back my boys. I will back my boys. They know they weren't good enough today, but like I say, you know, after 32 games, there's only one here that we've been turned over at home in a bad way. Even Bromley, we were clapped off because people know we had a right go at them. That today was not good enough. And that happens sometimes. It does. It's football. We'll make sure it doesn't happen too often. I don't want to see another one of them this season, and hopefully we can make sure that happens.
Thank you.
Cheers.
You've been keeping faith with the same 18, haven't you, in the squad? Is this now a chance for those others that have been looking in? And
Definitely,
knocking on your door?
yeah, definitely. I mean, with Gareth's injury as well, there'll be a space opened up. But there's one or two today that I think will understand if they're not involved, because I have players, you know, 6 really. That when you look at it, 6 players that have not been involved for a while, and they want to get back involved and show what they can do, and rightly so. It's definitely opening for somebody to come in and stake a claim. You know, I thought Cameron came on, showed a couple of good touches, and he needs a start definitely. You know, but there's one or two probably sitting in that group underneath now, who they may come in and win games. They may come in and make a positive impact in the team. But I want to be secure. I don't want to see any more of what I saw today. That was poor.
Yeah, tough day for Travis as well. I think once he got his book in, that was it for you, was it? You thought, let's make a change?
Yeah, once Travis got booked, I thought that they would probably target him and try and get him sent off. So, you know, tough day. Good learning day for him. Really good learning for someone so young. But, yeah, once the yellow card came, I made the decision to take him off the pitch.
And Gareth's injury, is that a muscle strain? I mean, is it too early to...
Too early. I've not seen him since the end of the game, so I know that it was a strain, yeah, and that's not good for Gareth, you know, because he's a super player, you know. I thought he had a real good last 30 minutes of the half, but we'll have to do without him, and other players are going to have to step up.
And what now for your season? I mean, just you've got another 14 games left. You don't want it to fizzle out now, do you?
No chance. The famous Pep Guardiola said yesterday, 12 games is an eternity in football. We've got 14 left, so my mind reckoning that's more than an eternity, and we're going to have to make it count. But we can't have days like today and expect to be successful at this football club. So I'm hoping they're few and far between.
You've had some good days here. It must hurt so much when you go to that Rain and Mendon. It's not quite how it's been previously.
Listen, I hear every shout. I hear every fan who when I'm walking off, and I can feel the frustration, and that hurts me. I'm not one of these managers that go, oh, sod you don't mean anything. Of course they mean something. They mean loads to me, the fans. They come in, they pay their money, they get behind me, and they made me feel so welcome. So yeah, I've let them down today, and I'm hoping the players will take some responsibility. But if they don't, ultimately it's on me. I'm the manager. Yeah, I feel for the fans, and don't think I think that's acceptable. That's not acceptable to me. And if they think I wasn't good enough, I'll improve as well.